So this is Ted, or at least I know him as Ted's backyard, although his brother's name's Kong and he called himself King earlier. I don't know, it's kind of a nondescript area. You would never know from driving by, but he has, you know, some of the best wood that I've ever seen in his backyard right here, just kind of stashed away, that he brought over from Laos a couple weeks ago. And last year when we met him, I said, please call me as soon as it comes over, because of course I have, you know, FOMO, fear of missing out, that I'm gonna miss the best wood. And so now we have all the stuff to sort through, and it's, you know, dirty and straight from the woods and has to be dried and all that stuff. But I mean, that's kind of the effort that we have to put in to get the best stuff so that we can turn it into headphones, you know.
Yeah, I think you should take this on the plane with you. No.
I will. Nick, last time when we went back, that piece you gave to Nick, they asked him, he got it through security, and they said, you're not going to hit anybody with that, are you? And he said no, and the guy was like, okay, if you promise, and he let him go through.
So curly maple would have like a grain, you know? Like,
yeah.
Yeah, this thing, it's...
That's fun.
It is something, huh? Guitar maker wants it. But they're picky.
So you used to do 2, 3, 4 containers a year? It's a lot.
Oh, well, I wanted to.
Yeah.
But the most we can do, like before, it's 2.
Yeah.
Like we have done 2. You know, since 2006, I moved here from Canada. But my brother was doing it long before
Kong?
I came. Kong was one of them, but the guy name is Pom.
I know you have like 10 brothers, right?
Yeah, right, right.
Yeah.
So he is the artist, you know, like.
Have many people been by yet to take stuff?
Only one that I owe money to.
Oh, you owe money to somebody?
You know, like.
How do you owe money to someone?
Well, because I ran out of money.
Oh,
I do quite a bit of
can,
charity.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes
you said
have to
you could pay ahead and come get a pick.
Yeah, like deposit. So one guy.
Yeah.
One guy, but I try not to. You know, it's tricky.
What makes a good piece of wood in your mind, for a headphone at least?
Yeah, I mean the tough thing with headphones is that they're not big. You know, it's not you're not making a big table or something, so you can't see all these broad paint strokes or brush strokes that the wood might have. So we need wood that has like kind of micro figuring and very tight chatoyance and grain lines and all that kind of stuff. And so, you know, the wood that's in better shape and obviously not cracked, but also the wood that has those fine figures and everything.
So, but I'm a wood seller, so I kind of know, you know, I do some marketing research, what people want. Like example, black and white ebony here. The story with this wood, it's local hated.
Yeah.
Because it's temperamental thing, like it like to crack, it like when the tree fell, nobody would touch it because they don't have like you know, technology, they don't have equipment, they like laid back, kind of easygoing people, you know, so they hate this wood, they don't like this wood because it's not a good wood for them to work with hand tool. You know, the black and the white part, it's different in density and stuff, and so it just crack. They can't control the crack. Even I can't sometimes, it does what it do. You know, like look at it, this piece for example. I have this piece, no crack, but then look what happened.
What did he just hand you?
I think this is some vase that was made. There's actually has cards in it. I don't know. Bird's eye woodworking. Maybe this person made this. I have no idea. But he, you know, I just brought him a headphone. I'd imagine other people that get wood from Ted bring him things they've made with it as appreciation, just because, you know, he does it. I call him the wood lord, but really it's the thankfulness that me and I'm sure many other people have for him for going into Laos, finding this wood, bringing it over, allowing, you know, makers over here to turn it into beautiful things. And you know, I don't know if he said this or not, but a lot of this wood is stuff that's fallen. And he showed me a piece earlier that he said this, I just found this in the forest as I was just crossing over from Thailand into Laos. And so I was like, cool, I'll take it. He's wheeling and dealing. This is the life of a salesman, stooped atop of his wood enterprise. You can see he's got a guy on a video chat, so he's kind of, you know. sounds like Ted sells stuff to, you know, I'm probably the only headphone guy he sells stuff to, but he sells stuff to a lot of collectors, guitar makers. There's a couple, you know, wood dealers that sell like high-end luxury woods, and that's the kind of stuff he seems to deal, is the people who want the best of the best. I mean, you know, behind there's a bunch of just giant burls and everything, and just a lot of just random stuff. There's Nara here. We've never made headphones out of Nara, which is really cool, so I'm going to try to grab some of those. It's just the slabs are so big, so I've got to, you know, talk to Jude and Nick and convince Jude that it's worth the effort to get these giant pieces of Nara over there, you know, which I don't think anyone's ever made a headphone out of that. Maybe, I don't know. But it's, you know, just a lot of really unique stuff, and I think that's kind of the cool thing about it is Ted goes the effort to bring the unique stuff over there, and then it's up to us to kind of find it and use it in this backyard, go on the treasure hunt. We won't cut it into headphones for a year or two, probably. That there's that feeling of like, how much money did I just spend and what am I going to do with it? It's just, you know, but it's a never-ending cycle, because then eventually you make that headphone and you see how beautiful it is, and you realize, you know, all the little butterfly effect of how much effort went into making it. And really, you know, at its core, it starts with guys like Ted who are willing to go into the forest and places and see where the fallen trees are and gather them.